Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Bondage. This is Season 2, Episode 4. This was created by Mr. Carlton T. Clay and Victory Productions Network. I do have his links down in my description where you can subscribe to his YouTube channel and also visit his website so you can also watch this show, Bondage, and all of his other productions that he does have. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel in support of me, and you can leave your comments below. So this is Season 2, Episode 4, called I Don't Deserve You. Now let's get into this episode. Alright, so we start off with this episode, and it looks like what it's filled with is a lot of sex. Just to let you know all that. So, but it's good. It's a good episode. So Bond, he's having this dream slash fantasy slash nightmare. He's in bed with Jackie. They're kissing, look like they're getting intimate, and next thing you know, Anita shows up in the bed. So both Jackie and Anita are kissing up all on him. He wakes up like it's a nightmare, and something else wakes up. Bond Jr. So then, because you know how he has a problem with sex, he has an addiction, he needs to let one out with Bond Jr. He does that, and then Jackie calls and asks, what are you doing? And he looks very guilty and awkward, saying, oh, nothing. So you can see how really deep all this stuff goes. I don't even think he's turned on by Anita for real. However, because his addiction kind of overrides some more natural feelings, certain things do happen, especially with any type of, let's say, imbalance to the body and to the hormones and all of that. So in the next scene, Ace wakes up and Tawny was like, thank God, she had not left his bedside. She was waiting for him to wake up. Bond comes in the room and they both say, thank God that you're okay. And Bond said, don't scare us like that again. He said he's going to go for a jog with Jackie, and then he'll be back. And Tony was asking, are you okay? After Bond leaves, and he says, Ace asks Tony, do you have what I need? Basically, he wants some more drugs. Ren catches Bond as he's about to leave the house, and he has the money. Bond is very shocked and like, how did you do all this? And happy at the same time. He said, I had to move some things around, but I wanted to make it happen for you. And Bond ends up saying, I owe you. And he says, yes, you do. Now, I just find it quite interesting that at this moment, Ren and Bond are in this friend place. Ren is saying it in a more friend to friend. It's not how things are going to turn in the next couple episodes for Ren and Bond. But it was just kind of this, I owe you type of, yeah. But it wasn't something like, something more serious, how it's going to be. As I'm saying it over again, I'm just trying to make sure you get the picture. All right, so Winston's on the phone. He's talking with someone who, I don't know who. Then, the husband of the guy, of the woman that Bond had to service, that he watched, is calling Winston. So now somebody else connected to Bond in some type of way. My God. He's asking Winston to drop everything and let's go. And he says, no, I can't really do that. And asks for a ring check and all that. He goes into the bedroom and checks on Anita, like, how are you doing? She said that she's fine. Winston apologizes that he had to rush off from dinner to work a shift at the hospital. Anita says, she's fine with that. That's the life of a doctor's wife. And Winston's like, no, I'm really serious about this whole thing. Like, I told you I was going to do better, and I really want to stick to that promise to you. And Anita said, no, you're fine. And Winston says, really? And she says, positive. So she, because he says that the reason he doesn't want anything to happen between them, like what's going on between David and Helena. And Anita was like, oh, Helena showed back up? He's like, well, sort of. She dropped off divorce papers to him. So now they're getting a divorce. But that's when he asked, are you really okay with what happened? And she said, positive. And then she said, also, let me show you how sure I am. And then she ends up giving Winston Jr. a little love. I'm trying to be creative on this YouTube channel. Let's see. Bond and Jackie, they're running on the beach or whatever. And it looks like, Jackie's running and she sees Bond just kind of staring out into space. And she asks him, is everything okay? He's like, nothing's wrong. I do have a lot on my mind. And then Jackie was like, well, let's talk. And then as she's saying, let's talk, he interrupts, kisses her, and then runs off. It's like Jackie also feels like, oh, that's quite weird, because every time he just tries to deflect and go on to something else. So anyways, they run. And should I talk about that now? I'll wait. They just start running. Ren, he meets with the new escort that's been hired, and he gives him the whole rundown, and the new escort is very confident that he can handle the job, blah, 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 and sends him on his way to a client. And again, he's chewing his Flintstone vitamins. Then he gets a call, and he asks for the passcode, and it's the husband of the escort, of the client. And the passcode is Lumberjack. I don't know if it's for everyone, but at least for him. Ren ends up calling Bond after speaking with the husband and just saying, hey, I got work for you. And he tells him who the client is. And Bond says, well, I really don't have a choice, do I? No, you don't. All right, so Jackie is off doing whatever while Bond was taking this call. Ashton sees her and starts flirting with her. And Jackie was like, what are you doing here? And why are you trying to flirt with me and all this good stuff? And he was like, look, my love has never changed. It's like, if your love never changed, then why did you leave her? That don't make no sense. But now I guess he think he's going to win her back. So then Bond comes up to Jackie and wants to be introduced to this dude, Ashton. Ashton says, I guess you are the lucky one that stole my girl's heart. And Bond says, as a clapback, that you're the fool that let it get taken. And then Ashton had to just bite that bullet. Then as Jackie and Bond are leaving, he ends up saying, like, I'm looking forward to seeing your sexy ass again. And Bond was like, wait a minute, what's up here? Like, I don't know why he all of a sudden think that he got all of these rights to someone that you left. Some people got the audacity to just be so trifling. No, you left. You're not even really trying to make up for it. You sent her flowers, and it's just to resume back and not really talk about the things that you've done. It's quite interesting. All right, so the new escort goes on his first job, and the woman client says, well, I didn't think that you were this small. And the escort says, I am small, but I'm big where it counts. So they do the do, and after he was done, he gets paid, and then she pays him extra because he really handled the business. I said, okay, small. Tawny and Ace. Tawny brings Ace some pizza. I think he woke up again and he thought, oh, it feels like I was in a hospital. And he said, well, you know that we can't really, if we were really at the hospital and what we do, it would have been bad, So Tawny says, you need to eat. And Ace says, you know what I need. Basically some drugs. And then she says, you almost died. And Ace said that I don't give a F. And who cares? And then Tawny slaps Ace and basically says, don't say that again. And to answer your question of who cares, I do. Then she walked out of the room and a note fell out of her back pocket. So Bond, he's headed to his client, and while he's going there, he ran into the new escort. The new escort is trying to be, hey, what's up? And Bond's looking like, what's up? Like, this dude act very corny, in my opinion, the small dude. I'm like, and I'm thinking, like, what are you doing? We're going to find out a little bit more about him, but it's like, why would you even do that even now for what I even know about him? Like, all right, so Bond goes into the room and he does what he do in front of the husband. All right, back to Ace and Tawny. Since that letter fell out of Tawny's pocket, Ace reads it, and of course he kind of just laughs and chuckles at it. Then Tawny comes into the room and they kind of reminisce. And there was like, boy, we were so different back then. We had so much ambition. What changed? Ace said, well, you never changed. You always have been there for me every time that I did F up. And then all of a sudden, Ace kind of makes a move and they were beginning to have sex, but then Tawny backed it up and just says, I can't do it. I can't. And then she leaves. Jackie at her home receives some roses at the door. She's reading the note and then she finds out it's from Ashton. At the same time, Anita is calling her, and Jackie, who's already upset, says, what? And then Anita was like, my, is that how you address the one that gave you life? Jackie said, I'm sorry, I apologize. And then Anita says, I need to see you soon, dear. And of course, she's hesitant on doing it, but really agrees to do it. The escort goes back to see Ren, and Ren asks, how was your first day? He says, well, I always deliver. How does he know that? He just bet you, sir. So I don't even know why you said that line. Ren said, good. I have some work for you tomorrow. We find out the escort, he takes a shower someplace. And then I guess he gets a phone call or he calls someone or whatever and says that I'm in. So obviously there's something going on to infiltrate this organization of escorting. And we'll find out in future episodes what's really going on. So Bren gets off the phone with the escort, and Roxanne is standing at the door with a towel wrap. And basically she's asking Ren, don't you want to take care of this? So they go to the shower and they have sex. So Anita, she ends up calling Bond. And Bond, when he picked up, saying, you can't keep doing this. And Anita says, I can do whatever I want to. And he says, what do you want? She says, well, the dog's away and the cat wants to play. I laughed at that line. I said, Lord Jesus. I mean, it's true, but I wasn't expecting that type of line to come out of Anita's mouth, but whatever. Bond says, I'm busy. And then Anita says, would you mind telling me what happened to my friend Helena? And he says, what are you talking about? Helena, who was using your service, also has disappeared. So then Bond got serious and said, what do you want? She says, you give me what I want when I want it. And the next time I call you, you better be ready. I said, ooh, okay, so she got something planned. Because if you really, and I'm kind of giving you a leeway of what's or a tidbit of what's happening, because she called Jackie for a reason. She's called Bond for a reason. If you can put two and two together, something explosive is about to happen. All right, but that's all I do have. The reason this episode's kind of short is because there was a lot more intimate scenes that were happening. People were hooking up here and there, except for Ace and Tawny. But anyways, I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please support Mr. Carlton T. Clay. Go to Tubi, go to Amazon, go to Peacock. He has movies on there, on Amazon also. There's a lot of places that you can find a lot of his products and his content. Go to his website, which is listed below. But I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel for support. Please like this video, also subscribe, and you can leave your comments below. Until the next one, peace.